On today's episode of the Gamer Girl podcast, Elizabeth is joined by friend Luca to discuss virtual reality, also known as VR. Hey everybody, on today's episode I am joined by Luca.
Hello.
So, we're going to be talking about VR later. Mainly, I'm going to be asking Luca questions about VR since I don't have that much experience. But before we get into that, I'm going to discuss some listener feedback on Podchaser, which I just dropped on Podchaser. If you want to go leave a review on there, it helps out a ton. From Nintendo Pals, I really like the creative show topics for this podcast. The hosts are passionate about gaming, and it's fun to listen to if you are looking for some Nintendo chat. Can't wait to see how this podcast continues to grow in the future. Again, that's from Nintendo Pals. They left a 5-star review on Podchaser. They have a podcast of their own called the Nintendo Pals Podcast, so feel free to go check that out once the episode's done. And that's all the listener feedback we have for today. So, let's get into the episode. So, my first question.
Okay.
How would you compare the virtual world to the real world?
Exactly the same. No. That's a good first question. Okay, well, I mean, it depends on what you're going for. If you want it to be like the real world, it can be like the real world. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it depends on how far you're willing to go. And if you are looking to, it not be like the real world, it couldn't be. Like, you could go from playing golf in a realistic looking golf course to, running around in Jurassic Park. Like, it can be whatever you want it to be. And I mean, if we're talking about like, when it comes to like, your senses and stuff like that, I mean, obviously you have like sight and, I mean, they're working on touch and like things like that with like haptic gloves and even, like with your, like having haptic like controllers and things like that. But I mean, obviously you can't like smell or taste things, so I wouldn't say it's that realistic on that end. But I mean, yeah, if you want it to be in like a realistic environment, you can. If not, then it won't be. But sometimes that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, that actually makes me go to another question. Have you ever been terrified by how realistic it is? Like, has it scared you?
I mean, okay, so you get used to it being like not real. Like when I remember my first time like trying VR, I was playing this game called Super Hot, and like basically when you start out the game, it's like you are standing in front of a table, right? And I was like, oh wow, that's cool. And I went to go put the controllers on this table that did not exist, and I dropped. Like, thank God for the wrist straps, because I just dropped the controllers. So it's pretty frightening. Like when I first did that, I was like, did I just really just try to put these real controllers on this fake table? And it was kind of like shocking at first. But you get used to it, especially, and it's like crazy with like the graphics and stuff, just continually getting better. It is pretty insane, like how real sometimes it can seem.
Yeah. Well, I was asking that though, because the few experiences I've had with VR, I've been so just shocked and kind of panicked a little because of how realistic it is.
What games have you played?
I've played a little PS4 VR and a couple, like one fighter game on the Oculus.
Gotcha.
But not too much.
Okay.
Which, what console have you played VR on?
So yeah, I use the Oculus Quest 2, but I've also played on the, or the Meta Quest 2, so Facebook, or Meta, whatever. It's going to be the Oculus in my heart. And then I played on the original Oculus Quest, but yeah, I currently use the Oculus Quest 2.
Okay.
Meta Quest.
Yeah. Which one's your favorite?
I mean, the Quest 2, by far. I mean, there are better headsets out there, but for the price and like what you're getting out of it, the Quest 2 is definitely really awesome.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite VR games?
That's okay. Beat Saber. I don't know if you've ever heard of Beat Saber.
Oh, that's one of the ones that I definitely want to try.
I am amazing at Beat Saber. Like, I was playing, like, I kid you not even like 2 hours ago. I was just playing Beat Saber. No, I'm really good at that game. So yeah, that one's fun. Other games, there's this game called Population 1, which is pretty much like the Fortnite or Apex of VR.
Okay.
That one's pretty good. I'm horrible at it, but it's still fun. And then, Jurassic World. There's this game, actually, this might be my favorite game. There's this game called I Expect You to Die, and it's this spy game. And so it's basically kind of like an escape room type game, and you're like a spy. And so that one's really fun. I've beaten all those games. I think I would actually like that one the best.
Yeah, Beat Saber is definitely one of the ones I want to try if I ever get a VR headset, which I'm looking at right now.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, the one game I played on PS4, though, was one where you used the headset and there was a ball and you had to get it in the goal, and there were obstacles in the goal, and you had to use your head. But the thing was, is you looked down and there was just nothing, and that was my first experience with VR, and I was like, okay. Yeah, and then the fighter one too, I looked down and it was basically just darkness with some grid.
Yeah,
and I was just like, oh my goodness, this is too real for me.
It's scary at first, yeah.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite details about virtual reality?
Details. Man, I love, you're talking graphics-wise? Or
graphics-wise,
or just the experience in general?
Yeah, experience, graphics.
I love the community in VR.
Mm-hmm.
I know every gaming platform or game has its own community, but the VR community, in my experience so far, has been majority nice. There's there's this game called VR Chat. I don't have that game, not my preferred environment, but other games like Rec Room, even the new Facebook Horizons, those games are very community centered, and they're pretty nice people. You'll get the obnoxious 12-year-old every once in a while, but for the most part, they're pretty nice, and I'll be playing some games and they'll help you out. I've made some friends, made some enemies, but no, I love playing with people and things like that. That's always fun.
Yeah, Rec Room's one of the cooler ones because you don't have to have a VR set to play it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I feel like it definitely adds the experience to have a VR headset because then it's more immersive. But yeah, I've looked at getting it on my phone because that's one of the systems you can play it on.
Right.
But
yeah. No, Rec Room is just chaos. Oh my gosh. I have to play with another, one of my people, physical friends that I know. I have to play with another person because it's just so chaotic and anxiety inducing in Rec Room. There's just screaming kids everywhere. Every once in a while in that game specifically, you'll find a cool person.
Yeah.
But for the majority of the time, I just will go and mess with people. But no, yeah, Rec Room's insane.
Yeah. So, have you ever done a virtual experience with VR, the ones where I think they had the Olympics one time you could do, or a YouTube video where it was 360?
Right. So I did the Lego Batman 360 experience, and that was one of the first things I ever did in VR, and that was amazing. It's you're in the Batmobile with Lego Batman, and that was honestly the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. I will never do anything cooler than that. It was amazing. And Batman's just right next to you, and then Joker, it was insane, man. It was crazy.
That's cool.
Lego Batman.
So was it the movie, or was it just a video game sort of deal?
It was the Lego Batman movie?
Yeah.
The best movie ever made? It was that. It was just this experience. So it was just a 360 thing. It wasn't a game. You're just kind of sitting there, in the Batmobile with Batman. And everything was just kind of happening around you, and Lego Batman was talking to you. I was talking back to him, but he wasn't responding. And it was amazing.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I bet.
I need to go play it again. Okay, sorry.
It's okay. So have you ever gotten sick while playing VR? Because I know that's a big thing is motion sickness because it's a screen right in front of your face.
So my philosophy is the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it. When I first started, I was getting pretty sick and stuff, but the more you do it, and I play almost 24 hours a day. I'm just kidding. No, I'm pretty used to it now. Every once in a while, I'll play something that will be a little bit jarring, but it doesn't last long. But I know, for some people, it definitely does make them really sick. Thankfully, I'm not one of those people.
Yeah, well, I would definitely imagine, because I know some people do like 24 hours in VR.
Oh, yeah.
Which...
Been there, done... No. No.
Yeah, it looks intense. Like, one time I saw, like, Ocarina of Time, which is a Zelda game,
right.
VR, and they just, like, slept with a VR headset on, and I was like, that can't be comfortable.
I mean, it's not that bad. I have, like, laid down stuff with the VR headset on. Mm-hmm. It's not like, if you get, like, the pillows right, and it's not that bad.
Yeah. Well, also because it's a giant headset.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah. And then also, like, Minecraft with VR, that always has fascinated me.
Oh my gosh. If someone from the Meta team is listening, please make Minecraft VR available for us too, because that would be amazing.
Yeah, that's definitely one I would play. Minecraft Meta, if you're listening, please do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Well, and then another thing is Labo, if Nintendo's listening.
Right.
If they improve Labo...
Stop making your headsets out of cardboard.
Well, that too. Like, actually make a good headset to use.
Right.
Because, personally, I have been interested in getting Labo, but they make cardboard so expensive.
I know.
That it's just kind of like...
Yeah, no, that's a little crazy.
And then with Smash 2, they did it where you can't actually play, which I feel like, personally, doing Smash... with VR would be so cool. It's so chaotic.
That would be pretty cool. I would play that for sure.
Yeah. So, I don't know how intense those would get, but have you ever worked out using VR?
Yes, I have. I have worked. That is like the only way to work out. Yeah. Like, okay, so I don't like going to the gym. Okay,
mm-hmm.
Like, not that I'm like, fat weirdo or anything, but like,
well,
I just feel like it's weird, like, watching other people work out. I don't like gyms. Anyway, the VR headset has been like insane. Like playing Beat Saber, like I mean, maybe it's just me, but that is like a workout. You know, like I'll be playing that game for a while, and like that game, and I have another boxing game inspired by like the Rocky movies and like the Creed.
That's
and
cool.
That is like I played that game for a couple hours with my friend, and the next morning I woke up sore. Maybe I'm just weak, but I don't know. Like it was a workout to me. But there are like workout apps and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it can definitely be a workout a lot of the time. So I feel like I've lost a few pounds playing.
Yeah, to some extent, I have a game on my Switch that's called Rhythm Boxing 2. Actually, because 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they did the Labo somewhat with that, or just don't do the cardboard, get a new one, I think that would be really cool. Or I've heard rumors about a new Switch coming out. I feel like if they did like a Switch that not only switched between handheld and TV, but if it also switched between virtual reality and not virtual reality, I feel like that would be really cool. But
it would be cool at like Metroid Prime.
Oh, that would be so cool, because that's a first-person game.
I know, that would be so sick.
Yeah. Well, because recently they did Metroid Dread, like, to go back to the side-scrolling roots, but, like, Metroid 4, that's coming out.
Yeah. Or they could even do Super Mario Odyssey. Like,
oh, yeah, that would be cool.
Turn that into VR.
Yeah.
Man, I'd play that. And you could, like, grab your hat. And, like, that'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like, go up.
Yeah.
And then Senses, which I think you can do Labo with Mario Odyssey. I know you can do it with Breath of the Wild, but you're not, like, actually in the point of view. Right. It's just kind of like, you're just, like, looking at Link or Mario.
Gotcha.
And then with Smash 2, it's like you're just looking at CPUs fighting each other. You're not actually fighting. So, with Beat Saber, what are some of your favorite songs to do?
Okay. So, I spent way too much money on this game. Like, not going to say how much, but too much. Yeah, okay, that's a hard question. So, Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day, that's a super fun one. I like doing that one. I recently got the Fall Out Boys pack that they just came out with. So pretty much all those ones are really fun. Centuries. That one. I have the Billie Eilish pack. Yeah.
I can imagine some of those songs would be pretty good.
Oh my gosh, dude. Bad Guy and yeah. No, okay, but my favorite song, dude, I would say Boulevard of Broken Dreams. That one's a good one. And for like original songs, everyone hates it. I like Spin by Camellia. It's like one of the hardest songs, but it's pretty fun.
One song I've always seen people trying to do is Rushy, which is like the hardest song to play.
So that's not like. Okay, so you can get people can make custom maps and stuff. I haven't gotten into that whole world, although I know I need to. But I haven't. So that's not one of like the official like Beat Saber games. But if I ever dig into like the custom maps and stuff like that, that's a popular one.
Modded.
Right. Yeah.
Some of the modded ones are really cool. Like there's some YouTube video ones I've seen.
Yeah. There's a whole giant community and stuff. It takes a couple steps to like get to the whole modded area and stuff. Because I don't think Beat Saber's like a huge fan of people doing that. But
I don't think any game's a big fan of mods, to be honest.
Yeah. But that would be fun because there's some cool mods out there.
Yeah. Well, speaking of mods, that makes me think of like Breath of the Wild. Some of the mods I've seen, you can have like Steve with diamond sword and a SpongeBob shield, and that's Thomas the Train as your horse. Awesome. I think there's even ones where it's like the motorcycle, which Link riding a motorcycle sounds super weird, but it works.
Sounds almost sacrilegious.
Well, yeah, because it's like, how would Link be on a motorcycle? Yeah. But then you look at concept art for Breath of the Wild, and they thought about going like punk motorcycle rider, and I was like,
I've never played a Zelda game in my life, so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I can't really think of anything else with VR other than like Beat Saber, which one thing I can think of actually with that is, do you like doing the harder levels that it's like you do all the crazy movements, or do you like the ones where it's just simple?
I am a master at Beat Saber, and so I only play on Expert or Expert Plus. Yeah. So no, I am really good. Not to toot my own horn or anything. To answer your question, yes, I only really play on Expert or Expert Plus. Because sometimes hard if it's pretty hard.
Because I know like it's called Beat Saber, so the whole rhythm of the songs can make it more challenging.
Yeah.
Like you can have them where it's just like moving one of the Beat Sabers.
Yeah, and then you have like different. Yeah, you have different like beats per minute and stuff like that. And so, it gets pretty. Like I was doing a song on Expert Plus earlier today, and I didn't make it through, sadly, but I was almost there. No, they get insane, man. Like sometimes, like I don't know how anyone else except like the Flash could do these maps. Like, who? I don't know who can do that. Like it's one day it'll be me.
Rushy is an example of that.
Exactly.
Because Rushy's the hardest song to play on piano.
Right.
And then you try to put it in on.
Yeah, and Beat Saber. That's insane.
Beat Saber. I'm like, because it's not just the notes that are hard; it's the whole rhythm of it too.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy. One other game that I liked, I think I mentioned it earlier, was the Jurassic World game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of horror games and stuff in the VR
for
headset. Sure. And I'm not I don't not like getting scared. I'm just not into like horror games and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like I've never really just gotten into that. But the Jurassic World game, Jurassic World Aftermath, that game is probably as close as I'll get to a horror game. Like Jurassic World, like the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World movies, like they're not like horror movies, but they're definitely kind of like borderline thriller. Like they'll got some jump scares in there. This game is scary, man. Like you're in like shut down Jurassic World, and there's like first round you're like there's velociraptors chasing after you, and then like you die. Oh my gosh! Like I've never screamed playing a game before. Like I'm in my living room, like oh my gosh, like literal anxiety, that game's scary. I'm scared to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, definitely like PS4, for example, you can actually like see it on the big TV,
right?
Like what they're going through, but I can only imagine like hearing someone like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Yeah. And you don't see it, and then it's like, I wonder what they're doing right now.
It's insane.
Yeah. It's so scary. I cannot do horror games, like just in real life, I can't do horror. I doubt I could do it in virtual reality. Like the scariest just game I've I've ever done is like Twilight Princess and Majora's Mask, which are like the darkest games in all of Zelda. Which, quick thing about Majora's Mask, so it was rated, it's super dark, but it was rated E for everyone on the N64, which, no. And then it got changed to E everyone 10 and up on the, when it got a 3D remaster, and now that it's on the N64 expansion pass for Nintendo Online, now it's like rated T for teen, and I'm like, that's where it should have started.
It's crazy.
Any other VR games that you really like?
I'm trying to think here. Vader Immortal. It's the Star Wars game, and you kind of get like be a Jedi. That one's pretty cool. Super Hot. That's another cool one. Trying to think, man. Job Simulator. This is kind of like the beginner's game for VR. So if you haven't got a headset, like this is where you should start. And it's really just like a job simulator. Like there's multiple different jobs. You could be like in a restaurant or office worker, mechanic, or a chef, and you just kind of like go through a day working as that thing, and it's like robots and stuff are like all the customers. Like it takes place in the future, and so
that's cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool game. I've spent a really long time in there, and I feel like if I could get paid to do that, I would just make my living in VR, just playing Job Simulator. Well, One day I will be able to have a virtual job in virtual reality, and all I have to do is just sit in my living room, and I can just get paid in virtual reality.
Well, yeah, that would be really cool, like being able to like do virtual computer programming, for example, or like going to a job virtual and then it's like a robot. I feel like that's the future of VR to some extent. But yeah, and then there's like one I would really want, Cooking Simulator, which you can do non-VR, and I have it on my Switch.
Yeah.
But that's one I would definitely want to try.
Yeah, a lot of cooking games.
Yeah.
Those are pretty cool. But again, like I said earlier, you can't like smell or taste anything, so it's just kind of disappointing.
I feel like the positive to that though is you don't have to worry about cutting your hand off or exploding the kitchen, or you can explode the virtual kitchen just for the fun of it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
no, that's true. Much safer sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's it. If you have anything else, that you want to
okay, I have something else. How VR has impacted me, man. I don't get out a whole lot, and VR really has just been such a positive experience on my social life and getting to try new things. I've been able to like travel the world, go to space. I've been able to like play laser tag and go skydiving all in the same day, and it's really amazing. And when you're reading a book, you ever like you ever heard the like saying like, oh, you read a book to escape? Like a lot of people read VR,
spark your imagination.
Right, VR is the like embodiment of that, of like being able to go and escape real life. Sometimes that can be a good thing. Sometimes not so much. But it really is amazing just being able to escape the real world for this temporary like fantasy that you just get to live out. It's insane. And yes, VR is my life. Not really.
Well, yeah, I think that's it. So leave a 5-star review on Spotify. Leave 5-star and a written review on Podchaser and Apple Podcasts. Comment on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube.
You have YouTube channel?
Yes.
What's
it?
Is it
It's the Gamer Girl Podcast.
Gosh, let me check that out.
Go subscribe.
Yeah.
We hit 10 subscribers.
Hit 10.
We hit 10. I know.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
Like, man, like if y'all could be here, this studio is absolutely amazing. Like the studio we're in, like there's these giant comfy seats and this cool setup. It's insane.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. 10 subscribers, man.
Yeah. Well, 5 stars.
Everything.
Yeah, I found this out too about the Nintendo Pals, the people who left a review on Podchaser. If you guys leave a review on Podchaser, it actually helps our Google searchability. What? So if someone searches like gaming podcast, that makes it more likely will show up.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's all I can really think of. Also, we dropped our Discord, link in the description.
You dropped it? Is it okay?
well, we recently kicked off the Discord.
Gotcha.
But anyway, if you want to tell them where they can find you, Luca?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Instagram at LucaG_LucaG. That's LuCAG_LuCAG. I don't post anything related to VR ever. I'm a photographer and videographer, but yeah, you can find my stuff in there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I think that's it.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being on the show. I've been wanting to get you on for a while, and I'm like, you know what? Season 2 starter.
This is the season 2 starter?
Yeah, we're starting season 2.
Welcome to season 2. Do you have like an intro?
Yeah, I record an intro afterwards.
Do you have like a song, like theme song?
Well, I've been working on writing one. If you wanted to help with that.
Do Gamer Girl Podcast. That's how it ends.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah. Or if any of you have any ideas for a theme song, I'll leave credit to you.
104 days of Gamer Girl Podcast.